Okay, done with all 8 of those sections. So how do I invest? Neal, you convinced me this is going to be the single greatest technological change that humanity has ever dealt with. There's going to be pain, there's going to be profit, there's going to be an incredible amount of money to be made. So how do I invest in AI? How do I make money in it? Well, my best advice is that you should get involved in as many AI startups as possible. Remember, this is my best advice, not my easiest, right? So if you knew in 1997 about the internet, you'd open as many .coms as possible. In 2008, if you knew about the App Store, you'd write as many apps as possible. Well, so the same thing applies about AI. Get involved in as many businesses as you can that are starting up with disruptive ideas, because all of society is going to change. All right, fine, Neal, that's fine. But what if I don't have that option? I don't control my own time. I just want to invest money, right? So let's start with some stocks. But before I do that, I need your help with something. I presented dozens of webinars for tens of thousands of people. I've never asked anyone for help, but today I'm going to ask for your help in 4 different ways. And I'm going to do that by sending you a follow-up email. Don't worry, you don't have to buy anything. In that email, there are going to be 4 sections. And the first section up on the screen is a request for you to write a short review for this presentation, because I'm going to use those reviews to spread the word about this presentation, because I want to develop it into a full-blown course and especially talk about the dangers. So when you get that email, you'll probably get it on, over the weekend or on Monday. Just click reply, write a quick review, just send it. That'd be great. The second section in that same email is going to ask you about content. This is likely to be the single greatest technological innovation in human history. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing out on a ton of content. So I want your thoughts. What did I miss out? What should I expand on? Should there be demos? What kind of demos? I'm looking to develop this into a course. So some brainstorming from you might be amazing. Send it in email. Now, the third section of that email is going to ask you about how I get more eyeballs. Sure, I'm going to put this up on YouTube. I'm going to send it to my database. That'll get me maybe 5,000 people. But my goal is to share this with at least 100,000 people. So what should I do? Online course, present at your company, present at your trade association, your conference. And these are just my ideas. Your ideas are likely to be much better than mine. So I need them. So please help me by answering the email. Now, the last section of that same email is going to be the most interesting. I believe that our investors, this ecosystem that we have, can benefit from an AI or artificial intelligence fund. And I intend to start one. But the problem is, all of you know, I'm very, very busy with my real estate portfolio. So I'm actually asking for your help to identify certain critical individuals. These are highly experienced partners. They're experts in the VC venture capital world and the angel investing world. I could partner with them on such a fund, and that way I can share my thoughts and ideas with them, and they can identify the right companies to invest in because they have the past experience. So who do you know that matches this description, right? Do you match the description? Remember, I'm looking for extremely skilled, very experienced people. So amateur interests don't count. So please help me find these people. So you'll see this email with these 4 sections in it on Monday. And please remember that it takes my team hundreds of hours to write this presentation. So I'm hoping you can pay it forward with 5 to 10 minutes of your time. If nothing else, just the review. Okay, back to making money. Here is one way that I don't think you can make money. NVIDIA is now worth $1 trillion. Well, that's because almost all AI processing happens using NVIDIA CPUs or processors. Now, I'm not saying that NVIDIA won't be worth more than 1 trillion in the future. I'm just saying that for the moment, you might have missed this particular bus. But there's other stocks out there. And when it comes to the top stocks, everyone on the web has 1 million opinions. Right? Obviously, everyone suggests NVIDIA, but their stock's gone up a lot. So when I looked at different articles, I tried to figure out both the companies that are the big giant monsters that could benefit, but also some well-known companies that are public that may not be as obvious. So on the screen, you see some obvious ones like Microsoft and also Alphabet, that's Google, right? But some of the companies that you see on this screen are doing some really interesting things with AI that can benefit Upstart, $5 billion cap, or Lemonade, $2 billion cap, or SentinelOne that has a $5 billion cap. Remember, AI is a broad-based technology, right? Everyone can apply it, everyone can benefit from it. And I think some companies have better strategies or market segments than others. And there's some data to suggest that the three smaller companies on this screen, they might have something interesting. Now, I'm not a stock picker, so make sure you do lots and lots and lots of research. Or you can do no research, right? This is how I'm investing into AI. I'm leaving the research to other smart people who do it on a full-time basis. On the screen are 5 ETFs. These are funds that are making artificial intelligence their focus. I'll start with the third one on the list because it's really well known, because ARK Invest is Kathy Wood's company. So Kathy is always very bullish about AI. The second one and the first one on the list, they both focus on robotics and automation. The fourth one focuses on autonomous and electric vehicles, a category that I strongly believe in. So, you've got your pick. There's 5 of them. They're on the screen. You can see the expense ratios. You can see their 3-month returns. You can see the sizes of the funds. And by the way, when I said you could be lazy, not do any research at all, what I really meant is you should research one of these companies, and then they'll do the research for you. So don't just randomly pick one of these. And then you're going to say, yeah, but Neal, these are public companies. They're expensive. Everyone else knows all the juice is squeezed out. Okay, if that's your thinking, you might want to look at this list. It's a list of tech startups. These are 10 companies that are very heavily using AI as their foundation, right? So obviously OpenAI, largest one, but there's lots of others on the screen. They're very interesting. Now, you might think, Neal, how can I invest in these companies? I am not a VC. These are not public companies. I don't have access to their stock. Well, you're dead wrong. You do have access to their stock, because here are 4 services. These 4 services allow you to buy shares in pre-IPO companies, right? Not just AI companies, but any kind of pre-IPO company. They're all pretty similar. I like EquityZen on the right. I like Forge on the left. Basically, they either get shares from the early investors or employees in these companies that want to sell them. They don't want to wait for the IPO, and then they sell them to you. Or they allow you to fund employee stock options within these companies in return for a share, a future share in the proceeds whenever there is a sale, whenever that company goes public. So 2 different methods, somewhat similar returns. Now, this is all very risky pre-IPO stuff, so do your due diligence. And even then, I would suggest you invest small amounts, spread it out amongst a bunch of companies. Remember, most of these companies are not going to survive, but some of them may go on to become 10 or $100 billion companies or $1 trillion companies. So it might be worth it. So proceed with caution. Okay, done with how to make money. So I'm going to end my presentation with a last slide. And this is going to be freaky.